Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be doing a tutorial using the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, which is right here. I'm so excited to film this video. It's going to be a tutorial slash review demo because I actually haven't touched the palette at all. So I'll show you guys in a minute how it looks. But without further ado, if you want to continue and watch how we use the new Jaclyn Hill palette, then keep on watching. Okay guys, so I hope that you guys can see me well. I don't even know how it looks. So this is a Jaclyn Hill palette right here. It comes in a nice white cardboard box, and it says the Jaclyn Hill palette, Morphe in the bottom. And then in the back side, it has her picture and her little thank you to her fans. So taking it out of the box, it is wrapped up nicely, which I like because there's been several times that I've ordered and it really doesn't come wrapped this well and you have some broken shades. But it comes out wrapped, and it brings this little card that tells you the names of each eyeshadow, which is actually pretty good because I'm going to be using this today to let you guys know which shades I use. So here it is. It's so pretty. Oh my god, I'm so excited to use it. I've been waiting a little bit to film it because I've just been looking at the shades like, what do I use? Because all the colors are so pretty. So here it is, the same thing. In the back it says Morphe X Jaclyn and JH all over, which is pretty cute. So opening the palette, it comes with this little plastic piece right here, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And then it says this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn, and here it is. As you guys can see, I haven't touched it at all. This palette is so brand new. I haven't touched it, so you guys are gonna see like the real deal reaction of how I feel about this palette. So I'm so excited. I don't know what color to use. This yellow mustard color is really getting my attention, so I kind of really want to use that, but I don't know. There's so many pretty colors, all beautiful transition shades. Oh, so excited to use it. Okay, so let's stop with this gibber. Alright guys, to get started with this look, I'm going to be using Soft Ochre by MAC to prime my lids. This is like my go-to. I always use this. And I actually need to replace it because even though I have quite amount of product into the paint pot, it's drying up on me, so that's kind of annoying. But oh, I got something in my eye. So I'm just gonna blend that. Now that I primed my lids, I'm gonna be taking just any fluffy brush. I'm taking the Real Techniques, what brush is this? Base Shadow Brush, so it's this brush right here. I'm going to be taking that, and I'm going to be using, oh my god, this is so freaking pretty. I'm going to be using Enlight, which is the first, actually, let me just swatch it and make sure that it's a matte shadow. So Enlight is actually a shimmery kind, it's like a satin shadow, so I'm actually not going to use that. I'm just going to take my Laura Mercier powder, and I'm just going to use a little bit of that in the crease. So just like that, a little bit on the brow bone. And I am not at all bringing that any lower because it's just in my crease, so it makes it easier for me to blend the shadows that we'll be using. I'm going to be using Silk Cream, which is the third shade on the top row. And I am going to be taking that on a Morphe E27 brush. I do have a little bit of product on there, but that's totally okay. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that Silk Cream Tapping the excess off. And just blending that right into the crease. So I'm just going to pick up a little more because I don't see enough. So Silk Cream is a very, very light transition shade. Like I kind of almost don't see it on my lid, just very lightly. So actually I'm going to go and move on to something a little bit darker because you can't see it at all. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. You can tell like a little bit. I have Silk Cream on this eye in the crease, and here I have absolutely nothing. So I think I'm gonna move on to another transition shade because for me that one isn't working out. So I'm gonna move down to. So I decided to go directly into the yellowish mustard color, and the name of that color is Creamsicle. So I'm going to take Creamsicle into the crease after using, wow, this is super pigmented, holy crap. Okay, so I'm just going to take that into the crease. I think I made the mistake on putting the translucent powder because for some reason, since I put the translucent powder, it's making it a little bit difficult for me to not blend because it's blending nicely, but like the color isn't paying off as much as I wanted to. So I feel like if you guys use this palette, don't use the translucent powder to set. It was my big mistake doing that. So I'm just gonna continue and work this color into. Alright guys, so I had to stop filming for a second and remove the soft ochre, the Silk Cream, and Creamsicle that I had originally applied because for some reason, for me, I feel like applying the translucent powder, the colors of the eyeshadows weren't coming out like as pigmented as I wanted. So I don't know if it's the palette or the eyeshadows themselves, or it was my mistake of using a translucent powder to set. But typically, I like to set my base that I apply because it won't be so sticky opposed to applying like a powder, so it makes it easier to blend. So yeah, so I'm gonna try this again. I already applied the soft ochre again, and now I'm gonna go back into the Creamsicle first without using Silk Cream. So I'm hoping that this time around it does come out as so I'm taking this much amount on the brush, and again I am using the M433 brush from Morphe. So into my crease I go. See, that's better. Okay, I knew it. So basically I'm using Creamsicle as my transition. So I'm going to bring this color higher than usual because I really want it to show when I have my eyes open. So that's a lot better for me. So the next shade that I'm going to take is Hunt, and I'm going to go apply that into the inner crease. Ooh, this is super pigmented. Tapping the excess off, I'm going to just go straight into the lower crease with this shade. So this shade is like a fire red, and oh my god, it's blending out so good. Yes. This is what I look for in shadows. Like, I need you to blend seamlessly, please, you know? So I'm just going to focus this more in the lower crease, but in the outer towards the center of my lid. So I'm going to go again and diffuse that red into the yellow with a clean blending brush. So next up, I'm going to deepen this reddish shade with Roxanne. And I'm going to definitely show you guys at the end what colors I did put on my lid. So I'm going to take Roxanne. This is how much product I'm taking. And this is with M506 Morphe brush. And I'm just going to go right into the lower crease with this as well, just to deepen that up. Holy crap, this is really pigmented, you guys. Like, super pigmented. I'm going to dip into Queen, and I'm going to apply that on the inner corner all the way to the center of the lids, diffusing it out into the eyeshadows that we just applied. And I'm going to use a flat brush. This is a Morphe brush, but it has no number or no name. I got this with a brush set that I purchased off of them that I think is no longer available, if I'm not mistaken. I bought this like a long time ago when I first started makeup, and yeah. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm first going to apply it using no spray. If I see that it's not coming out as metallic-y as I want, I'm going to go ahead and spray it. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to spray this, you guys. I'm actually just going to go in with my finger because I don't... Yeah, guys, I recommend to use your finger applying this because for some reason I'm not getting the color payoff I want using a brush. So it's totally okay if you use your fingers because you're definitely going to get a really nice pigmented ass shadow. Like, it's so pretty. Ugh. So I'm just going to pick up the flat eyeshadow brush that we use, and I'm going to spray with my Maro Badescu spray just to wet it. And then I'm just going to tap it off a little bit and go into the Queen shade. And I'm only doing this because I want to get in here, and I can't do that with my finger. Alright guys, so off camera I decided to just apply my lashes, foundation, and concealer. And basically I did that just because I really want to focus on the Jaclyn whole palette and the eyeshadows itself. So far this is what it's looking like. Now we're just going to jump into the under eyes. And the exact same steps that we did for the outer corner, we are going to do for the under eye. So if I can just find my brushes. And where are they? Alright, so I'm going to start with the darkest color first, which the darkest color that we applied on our outer corner was... I have such a mess on my desk here. It was Roxanne. So I'm going to take Seriously? I'm going to take Roxanne, and this is only going to be in the outer corner right here. Don't go past the center of your eyes. So I'm going to take Roxanne. So I'm going to take Roxanne, tapping it out. Again, I'm using another Morphe brush. And this is not Morphe sponsored or nothing. I just, for some reason, have a lot of Morphe brushes because, you know, they're affordable. So I'm just going to put that into the outer corner. I'm taking the E36 little blender brush, and I'm just going to dip into Creamsicle, and tapping the excess off, I'm going to diffuse the under eye shadows. Now I'm going to dip into Queen and applying that in the inner corner. Highlights, I'm going to be taking Beam from the Jaclyn Hill palette as well. And I'm popping that in the inner corner. This is super pigmented. This is a good dupe for Nylon by MAC. I'm just diffusing that out a little bit. It's a little bit too strong, but just like that. So I put the black, and then I want to apply this nude eyeliner at the bottom. And this is from Rimmel London Scandal Eyes Waterproof Eyeliner, and this is in Nude. I'm going to apply some mascara to my lower lashes because I did already apply to my top lashes. Hi guys, so this is basically the overall look. You can pair with absolutely any lip, but for me, I feel like this is my go-to lip. I use my Chi lip liner from Colourpop, and then I just add a gloss, and then you can add any gloss. It doesn't have to be a specific color, and then I just top it with the Jour Skinny Dip lip topper. I just had to do that really quick. It's my favorite combo for lip. I feel like it goes with absolutely anything. I probably could have done something a little more rosy, more pinky. That will go really beautiful with this look as well. And yeah, sorry that I've just like been, I have the mirror right here, so I'm just looking at myself, making sure that I don't look like a fool on camera. But yeah guys, this is the final look. Now, my overall thoughts with the Jaclyn Hill palette, since I only used some shades in the palette, I can't really give you an overall opinion, but just stay tuned because there is going to be a lot more videos coming using this palette right here. So, I used Creamsicle. I wasn't so happy with it because I found it a little bit too patchy, but it's still a beautiful color to use as a transition shade. It's still a beautiful color to use as a transition shade. And then I used, this is Hunt, and this is, excuse me, Roxanne. And that is what I worked in the lower outer crease area. So I pretty much kept it simple. Those are the three shades that I used. As you can see, you guys have more of a variety right here to use, so you guys can definitely add these tones as well. But those are the colors that I wanted to use. As you can see, I used Queen. This is Queen right here that I used on my lids, and this is what it looks like. And this is basically the look put together, which I thought came out really, really nice. Maybe not so much for a day look. This could be more so an evening look, but I really like the colors. They are really, really pigmented. Creamsicle is very pigmented. I found it a little bit difficult to blend more seamlessly and not so patchy. But I really, really am impressed. The palette is super nice. The colors are really pigmented. So I'm really, really happy with this palette, you guys. I can't wait to use the rest of it. I think I'm going to be using this for a few until like I get tired of it. Like, I'm going to use every single color. And these colors right here, I'm dying to use. They're so beautiful, especially this one. It's like a glitter hunter green. It's so, so pretty. But yeah, you guys, this is basically the palette. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about it. It's so beautiful. But okay.